Okay. Now let's learn about taste and textures. Okay, so whenever we have food, there are different types of food. And it tastes different. And when you put it in your mouth to chew it, it is also different. Okay? So let's learn some of these different ways of eating food. Okay. This right here is what? It's coffee, right? Now, what does coffee taste like? Okay? If you drink brewed coffee, it is bitter. Okay? So when you take bitter, okay? All right. Okay, so coffee is bitter. Okay. Here, this is rice. Okay. What does rice taste like? What does rice taste like? Rice is usually bland. Okay. It doesn't have a taste. So no taste, that means bland. Okay. Bland. Bland. Okay. So it has no taste. Bland. So if you ever eat something that does not have a taste to it, you can say, the chicken was bland. It had no taste. And sometimes people cook rice and they forget to use salt. And when that happens, the rice is super bland. And when that happens, you just can't eat it. It's bland. Okay? Okay. Now these foods here are what they call salty. Salty. Okay? So they have lots of salt. Okay? Have lots of salt on them. And when you have salty foods, it makes you want to drink lots of water, right? Because it's salty. Okay? So you can say, let's say, the meat I ate yesterday was too salty. The meat I ate yesterday was too salty. Or you can also say, I don't eat at McDonald's because their food is too salty. I don't eat at McDonald's because their food is too salty. Okay? Okay, now here, these here, this is a lemon, this is a lime. These, they have a sweet but salty taste. That sweet, salty taste is what we call sour. Okay, sour. When you eat something sour, your face goes, okay, it makes your face turn in, okay, because it's sour. It's salty and it's different, it's like a little like acid, okay? And lemons are sour, okay? And there are other sour foods that people enjoy eating, okay? So some people eat lemon, even something called tamarind. Tamarind. This is a fruit that grows really in India, okay? It's called the Indian date. The Indian date, okay? And it's also a very sour and tangy taste to it. Okay, so sour. Okay. Right here, what we have here is spicy, spicy, spicy. So spicy is whenever you eat something and you go, spicy. Okay? Whenever you eat something like that, that's what you call spicy food. Okay? So these here are called peppers. Peppers. Okay? Peppers are spicy. Peppers are spicy. Okay? And some people love eating spicy food. Have you ever tried Pakistani food? Have you ever tried Pakistani food? It's super spicy. Okay? It's super spicy. Okay. What do we have here? Here we have candy. And candy is something that is sweet. Something that is sweet. Okay? Something that is sweet. Okay? And so anything that has lots of sugar in it, we call sweet. Okay? Sweet. So sometimes you drink juice and it has too much sugar inside of it. So you don't say, this juice is too sugary. No. You say the juice is too sweet. The juice is too sweet. Oh, the juice is very sweet. All right? Okay. Right here, we have a carrot. This is called a carrot. Have you ever eaten a raw carrot? Okay, raw carrots are crunchy. When you eat them, okay, they're crunchy. Okay, so as you eat them, they're very big and very crunchy inside your mouth. Okay, the same as if you eat chips. Okay, the same when you eat, let's say, certain types of food that are very cold, and you have to bite and to break them down because they are crunchy. Okay? Crunchy, crunchy. Okay, this type of candy right here, they're very soft, and when you put them in your mouth, we call them very chewy, 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 because you chew on them for a very long time. Okay, you chew on them for a very long time, and they're very soft in your mouth. So we call this here chew, chew. Okay. Okay. So as we continue, here we have different types of fruits and nuts, and these right here they are dry. Okay. So when we eat them, they're not wet. Wet means they have water. Dry means they have no water. So if you eat, let's say, an apple, as you bite into the apple, you notice that there is water inside the apple. But when you eat, let's say, almonds or peanuts, no, you do not get that same feeling, right? Okay. So dry, okay? So I ate dry nuts. Okay? I ate dry nuts, or I ate dried fruits. Okay? Dried fruits. Okay, now this right here looks delicious, right? It looks very tasty. And this right here is what we call moist. Moist. Because it has milk and butter inside of it, okay? And when you put it inside your mouth, it's just soft and it's a little wet, not too wet, just a little, and then just in your mouth, right? You know what I mean? Okay, so just dissolve in your mouth. And this is what we call moist. Okay? So I love eating moist brownies. I love eating moist brownies. Okay? So moist. Moist is something that's just slightly wet. Slightly wet. Okay. Now this right here, as you see, all right, you see how this here is being cooked? Okay. So this right here we call piping hot because it is super hot. Why? Because under here there is charcoal, okay? And so there's a lot of heat, okay? So we call it piping hot, okay? So let's say I went to a restaurant and they serve piping hot capsa. Okay, they serve piping hot capsa. Okay, so piping hot. This is a way that people describe super hot food. You see how the steam is coming out? It is very hot. Okay. Okay. This right here is pizza, right? We all love pizza. Pizza is known for having lots of cheese, but it's also known for being greasy. Okay? Grease means oil. Okay? So it has lots of oil in it. Okay? So when you eat pizza, right? And then you look at your hands have a lot of grease on them. So we say pizza is greasy. Okay? Pizza is greasy. Okay? So let's use greasy in a sentence and let's say if the pizza isn't greasy, it's not good. If the pizza isn't greasy, it's not good. Right? Okay, so greasy. Greasy. Okay. Now this right here we call savory. Savory are the types of food that we eat, and they are, let's say, they are the types of food that have have a little spicy. They have a nice smell to them, so they smell really good. So for biscuits, for example, these right here, they have a lot of butter. Okay, they are full of butter, and when they come out of the oven, it's just it smells so good, right? I bet you're gonna be hungry by the end of this class. Okay, so savory. Okay, so the biscuits were savory. Okay, means it can smell really good. Okay, something that tastes smells really good to you. Okay. All right, now this right here is not good, right? This right here we call burnt. Burnt. Okay, burnt. Burnt is when you cook something too much and you burn it. You burn it. Okay? So burning it, not burn. Okay? So let's say my mom was cooking a turkey and she burnt it. No one ate it. My mom was cooking a turkey and she burnt it and no one ate it. This right here looks like a turkey itself right here. And as you see how burnt it is. Okay. Now, this here is called watermelon. 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 Okay? Watermelon. Now, watermelon is well known that when you eat it, it has lots of water inside of it. And so we call this right here juicy. Juicy. So when you eat it, there's juice all over. Okay? So it's very juicy. Okay? It's very juicy. I'm getting hungry now. Alright, so it's very juicy when you eat watermelon. So eating watermelon is one of the things that has lots of water inside of it. Okay? So the watermelon was very juicy. Okay. Now, sometimes when we eat pizza and the bread, the dough, is not done well, it's not cooked, we call this here gooey. Gooey. Okay? Now, gooey is something that will make you angry. Okay? And will make you sad. Because you paid money and the pizza is just gooey. And it's just, okay, you taste the flour, you taste the bread, and it's still raw. It's not fully cooked. And when it's not fully cooked, it's just, you don't like it. Okay? It makes you angry. It makes you very sad because you don't want to eat it anymore. Okay? So, gooey. Gooey. Okay? Okay, here we have lots of different vegetables, but what do they have in common? They are not cooked. Not cooked is what we call raw. 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 Okay? Raw. So raw means not cooked. Okay? I love eating raw broccoli. I love eating raw broccoli. Okay? Or I love eating raw carrots. Okay? When I was younger, I used to eat raw onions. Okay? So, raw. Okay. Now this right here, if you eat bread and you leave the bread outside, let's say for maybe a day or two, okay, the bread is still edible. You can still eat the bread. When you eat the bread, it's just, we call this here stale. Okay, stale. Stale bread is what we call old bread. Okay, we call old bread. So it's called stale bread. And so stale bread is just, you eat it and not that good. Okay? You never want to eat stale bread. It's not really good. Most people take stale bread and then they bake it or they toast it to make bread crumbs. Okay, so people take stale bread and they toast it and then they crush it to make bread crumbs. Okay. Now this right here, do you eat cereal, cornflakes? In America, we always eat this in the morning. Okay? It is our favorite thing to eat in the morning. But if you leave it in the milk for too long, it becomes soggy. Okay? Soggy. Soggy. Alright? So it becomes soggy. Alright? Now soggy is not, this is just not really good. Okay, because just no, it doesn't taste good at all. Okay, so if you have bread and then the bread is put into water or into any liquid and it just expands and becomes too soft, this is what we call soggy. Okay, so it's not. Okay? So my cereal was soggy because I had a phone call. Okay, now this right here is one of the best tastes ever. Okay, if you go to a restaurant normally, try and ask for cream of mushroom soup. Okay, cream of mushroom soup. Okay, now this is a soup that we have. Okay, and we call it cream of mushroom because it is very creamy. Okay, now what creamy is, when you put it in your mouth, it's not thick, okay? So it's not, you have to chew it, but it's also not water. It's right there in the middle with the taste of butter and milk, and it's like cream on your tongue. And so it's called cream. Nice and smooth. Okay, nice and smooth. All right, so if you ever go to a restaurant, try to ask for cream of mushroom soup. And give it a try, and you'll see how creamy it is for yourself. Okay? Creamy. Okay? Okay. Now let's describe some foods from the words we've just learned. Okay? Gummy bears. This right here. These are called gummy bears because you see they look just like a little bear. Okay? And gummy because they are what? Like gum. We chew gum. Okay? So gummy bears are what? Two things. They have sugar in them, so they are sweet. Okay? And they are also chewy. Okay, they're sweet and chewy. Okay, so gummy bears are sweet and chewy. All right, next one here we have the French fries are very, what are they doing here? And what is happening here? Look at that. Look at all the salt. All the salt they put. So the French fries are very salty. The French fries are very salty. Okay? Okay. Jamie the toast. What did Jamie do to this toast? What did Jamie do to this toast? Jamie burned the toast. Jamie burned the toast. Okay? Jamie burned the toast. He burned the toast. Okay? Now here we have the T is the T is what? Piping hot. The T is piping hot. Why do we say so? You see the smoke or the vapor, okay? And so it's very hot to touch. So the T is typing path. All right? Very good. Let's move on. Okay. This chicken is it's not cooked, so it is, come on, what's the word? This chicken is raw. This chicken is raw. Okay? This dish has no taste. It is, all right, so when something has no taste, what do we call it? Something has no taste and it's just bland. Okay, bland. Bland. This dish has no taste. It is bland. Okay, bland. Okay. Okay. Now read the dialogue and then answer the question. Okay. Waiter says, "Are you ready to order, sir?" Richie says, "I wanted to try something new today, but I don't see anything interesting on the menu." The waiter says, "What kind of food are you looking for?" Richie says, "Nothing specific. Actually, I've tried all the dishes that are listed for. I was looking to explore new ones." Waiter says, "Let me talk to the chef. I am sure he can suggest something." Richie says, "No, that's okay. Let me just suggest that you add some more food variety to your menu. I haven't seen any changes in it for a while." Waiter says, "You've been one of our more regular customers. I'll definitely take your suggestion to the manager." Richie says, "That's good. For now, you can bring me the red sauce pasta and potato rice." Okay. So that is our dialogue. Now let's look at our questions, and then we'll read our questions, and then come back to get our answers from the dialogue. Okay.